They say brilliance is a gift, but what they never tell you is that a gift without wisdom is just a beautiful trap, waiting to be sprung. His name was Henry, and the day his results were announced, the whole school held its breath. Henry was just 16 years old when he gained admission into the university. A young man full of energy and hope. The future was looking bright, and everyone's expectations were high. And why not? Henry had the best school certificate result among his mates. In the joint matriculation examination, his score was among the best 7 for law in one of Nigeria's federal universities. Law, his chosen course of study, one of the choicest and most competitive in all of Nigeria's admission requirements. His teachers had watched him for years. They knew what lived inside that mind. One of them, a man who had taught for 19 years, pulled Henry aside on that day of celebration and said words that Henry would remember, though perhaps not soon enough. "Don't waste it, son. Don't waste it." In his home that evening, a father who had worked hard all his life sat at the head of a simple table and looked at his son with the kind of pride that men like him rarely show. Henry's grandfather had been a farmer, his father the first in the family to attend university, and now Henry would be the first lawyer. Do not take that lightly. His mother pressed her palms together, tears of gratitude on her face, and said what she always said when God had been faithful. Nothing. She simply wept, and that said everything. The morning he left, his mother placed her hands on his head, and she prayed. The kind of prayer that only a mother knows how to pray. She prayed for guidance. She prayed for protection. She prayed that the purpose for which God had created him would not be lost. His father said less. He placed one firm hand on Henry's shoulder, looked him in the eye, and said, "Remember who you are, remember where you come from, and remember we are watching and praying." Henry said he would make them proud, and he meant it. In that moment, he absolutely meant it. The university hit Henry like a wave. Everything was bigger, louder, freer. For a boy who had spent his entire teenage life under the firm hand of discipline and structure, this place felt like breathing for the very first time. Students everywhere, music drifting from open windows, laughter with no curfew behind it. A football game on an open field, girls walking freely in the afternoon sun. And somewhere deep inside, Henry, a door that had always been closed, began to open. In those first weeks, Henry was everything his parents had raised him to be. He sat at the front, he asked questions, he read ahead. His law lecturers noticed him early. While others sat in silence, Henry's hand went up. And the answers he gave were not the answers of a student. They were the answers of a lawyer already in formation. His course mates were already looking to him, some for notes, some for explanations, some simply for the quiet comfort of knowing there was someone among them who clearly belonged here. But the university had two worlds. There was the world of lecture halls and law books, and there was the other world. It announced itself on a Friday evening, through the voice of a new friend, loud, generous, wonderfully reckless, who knocked on Henry's door and said 6 words that would echo far longer than either of them knew. "You've never seen freedom before." That first Friday, Henry told himself it meant nothing. One party, one bottle, home by 11. But something had shifted, quietly, like a door that had been nudged, not yet open, but no longer fully shut. When the first-year results came out, Henry's name was still near the top, 23rd out of 365 students. By any measure, a brilliant result. But the people who truly knew Henry knew better. A young woman, serious, perceptive, honest, stood beside him at the results board and said what no one else dared to say. "Henry, you know you should have been first." He tried to defend himself. But she was already walking away, and her words stayed. Henry Okafor came to university with everything: a razor-sharp mind, the prayers of faithful parents, the hopes of a family climbing generations of sacrifice, and a future that was almost unfair in how bright it glowed. He had one enemy, not poverty, not bad lecturers, not even his friends. His one enemy was the quiet, seductive voice that whispered, "You've got this. You can handle it. A little more won't hurt." That voice never shouts. It never threatens. It just offers. In episode 2, The Life He Chose, you will see what happens when Henry starts listening. The question is not whether you know a Henry. The question is, are you one? If this story is speaking to you, share it. Someone in your life needs to hear this before it is too late. Subscribe to Scars and Light, leave a comment below, and join us next time for episode 2, Scars and Light, stories that hurt, stories that heal.